we could feel so strongly about one thing, but then we take a look at things that are outside of our label or outside of our experience, and we're like, wow, like there's still so much more to go, you know? What's up, guys? I am finally back with another feminist talk video. I apologize to all of the people that watch my videos and see in broad daylight that I have not posted in 4 days, which is really crazy, or probably longer than that. Oh no, it's definitely way longer than that. I haven't posted in 4 days in general, but with my feminist talk videos, I haven't posted for probably like a week or two. And I just want to say I'm sorry, y'all. I was in Germany with my family, and I just wasn't in a setting that I really wanted to read this in, but not in a like I wasn't open or I was like not welcome to read. I like being here. I like what we have going on, where I'm just chilling in my room and I just, I get to talk to you guys. I have my mirror in front of me, my light and whatnot. But we are back. We are so back. And I'm finally back home, and I have my iPad with my notes and whatnot. And honestly, guys, I'm trying to do like a structures to my videos, like just all my videos in general, where I go into recording my video and I have an idea of what I want to talk about. And today I do, and I have actually a very interesting question, and I guess that's moving me on to the next section of this video, where I'm just going to give a quick overview of what I read today. So, of course, here's what I read today, and this is the book that I'm reading, Feminist Theory Reader, Local and Global Perspectives, edited by Carol R. McCann and Soyoung Kyung Kim. It's a really good book, and like I said, I'm still on the introduction. As you can see, so basically the introduction serves as the bridge between the works that are later on in the book, or the readings that are later on in the book. So as you can see, there's we get to here, and then there's actual works from different authors and feminists in the past. So I'm excited to read that, but I feel like this introduction is important because, like I said, it's the bridge between all these works, and it's like in this introduction, the editors ask questions that I feel as if I should know, or the reader should know, so that later on when I read the works, then I'll understand. But like I said, moving on to basically a quick overview of today. Today it was kind of like the labels within feminism and what different feminist women, or what, not even feminist women, but just women in general, could be called, And for example, I'm just going to give y'all like the terms that were named today or listed today: women of color, third world women, transnational feminist, and multiracial feminist, So there's different terms and labels that, women and I guess feminists could be labeled as. And before I even go into this, it makes me question a lot of stuff, because already in the 2 pages that I read today, because I like to go 2 pages at a time because it's a lot of information. When you're labeled as something, then there are other people that are going to be labeled as you, and when you're talking to other people that are in that same label or group as you, you feel a sense of belonging. You feel like you have a profound sense of identity because there are other people that share the same or similar experiences as you, right? But this is actually what I wrote down. I wasn't expecting to get to this question so fast, but it's kind of just like, how, when you label yourself as something, how do you make sure you're not overlooking or oppressing other groups of women and other groups of feminist women, because there's just so many labels to it, and even with labels, like, it gets a little icky, y'all. It gets a little icky because it's like you could label someone as this, but then another person may not like it. Y'all, I don't know. Like, it's just so much. I guess one of my questions today is like, okay, yes, you could label yourself as a feminist, but what if, like, what if when you break down like your beliefs, like as an individual feminist, it changes. Like, not everybody's belief about what a woman should be is the same. Maybe for I'm talking about all 8 billion people on the world, or all of the women on the world. Like, some women aren't even feminists. Some women aren't even feminists. So it's kind of just like, you know, but this is me ranting now. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hot, y'all. Jeez Louise. But oh my goodness. I guess I'll just start with what I agreed with. But the first thing that I agreed with today was identity politics are based on the premise that those who experience specific configurations of oppression are best suited to understand that oppression and develop strategies for change. I definitely agree with that. And then it goes on to say, as Kambahi authors observed, the most profound and potentially the most radical politics come directly out of our own identity, as opposed to working to end somebody else's oppression. Okay, so reading this quote and like having this question that I'm about to read to y'all, it really makes me think like I don't know. Like, I know that there are feminists and women out there that love working to help other groups, but like it says right here, the most profound and potentially the most radical politics come directly out of our own identity, as opposed to working to end somebody else's oppression. Like, guys, I'm all over the place because let me just read y'all what I had. How can these different groups of women not work against each other when being labeled helps with community and belonging? Yes, being organized into groups and labels helps feminist women who have gone through similar experiences feel a sense of belonging and understanding, but what happens when the lens they think in, or the label they believe they are classified by, disregards, overlooks, and oppresses other groups of feminist women, or just women in general? Like, and I guess to add on to that, like, because of this quote that I really do agree with, it's like we get so caught up in how we feel, and I'm saying that as a good thing and also like a bad thing as well, to the point where it's like we could feel so strongly about one thing, but then we take a look at things that are outside of our label or outside of our experience, and we're like, wow, like there's still so much more to go, you know? Like, there's so much more to go. Like, I don't know, y'all. This video for me, like, today is like really like, labels are just such a weird thing. Like, even like, and even putting like the feminist talk to the side, like, even when you label yourself as one thing, like, I feel like in my head it's like you're putting yourself in a box, you know? And sometimes that box is good because that box gives you a sense of belonging, and that box gives you an identity to work on. But what about everything else outside of that box? What about other people in their boxes? Like, it really makes me think about how much work we have to do to go against the patriarchy as of right now, because sexism is still so intertwined into society and the government and movies, and oh my gosh, don't even get me started on like the sexism in movies. And I know this is like a feminism thing, but even just like the way that men are painted out to be in today's society, or how men should be in today's society. Like, I was watching 72 Hours, y'all, and like, it was like, it's basically a movie that's like old gen versus new gen. And there was this moment where they were in the car having a good time, and the new gen started doing like emotional checkups, and the old gen was like, what is that? I'm not doing that, this and that. Like, even though it was like a funny moment, it was kind of just like, bro, like, why would someone want to put this out into society? And basically, it's basically telling the watchers of the movie, like, you're soft if you share how you feel, or if you this and that. But that's another topic for another day. I'm not gonna lie, we're talking about women right now and feminism, so let me get back on track. But y'all, oh my gosh, I have not done my y'all, I was doing so good. I feel like I don't know what to talk about. Like, I'm just talking about really anything that I just is like coming to me. And I feel like in my old videos, like, I kind of knew like what to start with and what to talk about. But today is really just like labels. 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 Like, I really don't know. Like, I gotta close the book. I gotta close the book, y'all. I have got to close the book. Wait, let me open it and actually put my bookmark in it. I gotta close the book, because today it's really making me ponder. It's really making me ponder about how much work actually needs to be put in so that the patriarchy is no longer patriarchy. Like, and then what makes it even more complicated is that with all the women that are in the world, there are some women that aren't feminist, there are some women that are feminist, but the women that are feminist are labeled as different things, which, like I said, puts them inside of a box. And yes, there are some feminist women that will look outside of that box, but in the book, it literally said, our strongest political beliefs and radical beliefs come from our sense and our identity, and not working to end somebody else's oppression. Like, that means that I'm starting to think about like the education system, and how we need more things in our education system to prompt women to want to think about feminism and their place in the world, because there are so many labels in the world. There are so many labels in the world. And I just feel like, to start off, if we just start with at least having more women talk about how they feel, then that's, and we already have. I'm not trying to overlook or undervalue the work that has been done. I'm really not. But it's also just like I said, there's a lot. Like, when you go out into the world, you could have a conversation with one person and there will be hints of sexism in it, or hints of the patriarchy in it. There's so much that we have to work on, like, it's just crazy. It is crazy. Like, it's levels to this stuff, y'all. Like, it's actual levels to it, because it's like, dang, like, this really has me thinking, like, I would view myself as a black woman, or a woman of color, or whatever you guys want to like label me as, but I mean, that's just how I see myself. But it's just like, like, I have my box, right? And like, before, and when I say box, like, y'all, I really mean good and bad, because there's positives and negatives to literally everything. So it's kind of just like, everybody has their box. It's just a matter of, are you willing to step outside of that to see the oppressions that other women and other people have gone through? And I feel like that's a yes for me. But it's also just like, when I think about that in the perspective of other women, do other women feel the same way? Do other women feel comfortable with being outside of their box? Because then you got to really think about the psychology behind it. Some people have gone through a childhood where being uncomfortable is absolutely unbearable for them. What are we supposed to do in situations like that? And I guess the question that's coming to mind now is like, how can women come together? Like, I understand we could be feminist and we can believe in feminism and the belief that women should be treated equally, but what does that look like? And how can women now work towards having that connection with each other so that we know, like, you're my sister, you're a woman and I'm a woman, and even though we may have different boxes, we still believe, like, we still have this same, like, you know like, it's literally just like, like, and the word matriarchy is coming to mind now, but it's really just like, if we were living in a matriarchy, then women would be, it would be like a friend of a friend, all women, and I guess I'm just thinking, like, how can we get to that when we're in our boxes? And I mean, like, I don't know, guys, I don't know. I'm really thinking about it now. But, it's a lot to think about. It is a lot to think about. And I'm excited for the video that I'm going to post tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to go back to, or like the next page, the next 2 pages talks about, we already talked about it, but like gender and like how we view gender and what makes a man and what makes a woman. So I'm very excited for that. If you are at this point in the video, listen, these past 2 weeks that I haven't posted is really showing in this video. I feel like my thoughts are all over the place, and I just, like, I guess I apologize if there are some things that I didn't, like, where I didn't make, or like, you see what I mean? I'm sorry if there were times where you, oh my gosh, I think I'm having a stroke. I literally don't know what's going on. Guys, first day back with these videos, like, that is just crazy. That is absolutely just crazy. But, like, I gotta call this video off right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully what I said resonates with you and you actually think about what I said about, like, the labels and stuff like that and, like, stepping outside of your box and whatnot. But, y'all, this stuff is crazy. This stuff is crazy. Like, for real. For real. But I love you so much. I hope that you are having a good day. And even if you're not, I always like to say, you've gone through something that challenges you, or not challenges you, but you're going through something that, damn, y'all, I'm really thrown off today. I'm not myself. I'm really not myself. I did literally just get back yesterday from Germany, but, like, I feel so off. But, like, and I usually hold your hand and I usually say, I hope you had a good day, but if you didn't, you've gone through something that has made you question yourself or learn a lesson. You could learn a lesson from anything, whether it's good or bad. Oh my gosh. Like, why did it just take me so long to get that out? And I literally say that in a good majority of my videos. Y'all, I hope y'all are having or had or whatever are doing perfectly fine and you're safe. Goodbye, guys. Oh my goodness, this video was just all over the place today.